Ben Vereen with Mike today.
A special program follows. Tattletales will not be presented this morning. The Price is Right will begin 1 hour from now.
Good morning. I'm Sharon Lovejoy of CBS News. In a moment, you'll see our stories about infertility, step-parenting, and the family side of industrial shutdowns. All this and more coming right up on March Magazine.
How do you get shirts so clean, Mr. Lee?
Ancient Chinese secret.
My husband, some hotshot. Here's his ancient Chinese secret, Calgon. Calgon's 2 water softeners soften wash water so detergents clean better. In hardest water, Calgon helps detergents get laundry up to 30% cleaner. We need more Calgon.
Ancient Chinese secret, huh?
Calgon helps detergents get laundry up to 30% cleaner.
Wow, this cat food is delicious. Can you read the name?
I can't read, but it's on the tip of my tongue.
It's so good tasting. I hope they gave it a special name.
What's the name?
It's Special Dinners from Purina. Each bit is crunchy and delicious on the inside. That's the dinner. With an extra coating of milk flavor on the outside. That's the special. Special Dinners.
Special Dinners.
Hey, I like that.
Special Dinners.
Stepmother, stepfather, stepchild. Those words almost always make people wince, probably because these are the first images that come to mind. Fairy tales with the mean stepmother and stepsisters. These are from Cinderella. Television went the other way. In the Brady Bunch, the stepmother and sisters and the stepfather and brothers are perfect. With more and more people remarrying after divorce or death, the number of step-families is increasing. Some experts estimate that close to 1/4 of the American population has some kind of step relationship. Our story begins with the wedding pictures of Rosalie and Paul Volvek, who were married last summer.
And Paul and I walked down to Love is Lovelier the second time around.
When I visited their home in Brooklyn recently, I learned what the second time around meant. An instant step-family. Paul's previous marriage ended in divorce, and so did Rosalie's. Paul's 2 daughters live with their mother and visit here on weekends and vacations. Paul is in the ironic position of being a part-time father to his own children and a full-time stepfather to Rosalie's little boy Adam. He assumed that being a stepfather was no different from being a father.
I expected Adam to become a little son, to run right to my side, and I would become his daddy. That may sound unrealistic, but that's what I thought deep down. And Adam did not run right to my side. He would not listen to me, and he would run right to Mommy and say, in effect, I don't have to listen to you, I'm going to my Mommy.
He was very mixed up. He was only, 2.5, 3, and he really didn't know how to handle the situation at all. And he also felt very jealous. He was extremely jealous of Paul, and I think you were very jealous of him.
Absolutely.
The Volveks began to worry that their new marriage might collapse under the weight of a curly-headed 3-year-old. So they began a series of counseling sessions at the Step Family Foundation in New York City. It's the only organization we know of devoted solely to the problems of living in step.
Here I'm working and trying to make him just about my son, and he turns around and says, I want my daddy. What am I working so hard for?
Look at that whole business just about my son. It's really stepson.
Jeanette Lofus, the founder, and Jane Parsons, the psychiatric social worker, told the Volveks that their problems were not unique, but classic and even predictable in a step family. Just learning that made Paul and Rosalie more comfortable. People who cannot come to the foundation for counseling write for help. Lofus and her colleagues answer hundreds of letters each week from unhappy stepfamilies all over the country. She explained why.
The myth is that a stepfamily will function as though it were a regular family, as though it were a biological family, man, woman, biological child. People remarry, they hope that will happen. It isn't a biological family. It can't function the way a biological family does, and it never will. The children are not yours, and they never will be. People come into this merger with different histories, different ways of doing things, different sets of mores and structures, even different religions, coming from different parts of the country, whole different family systems that they've evolved over the years.
Jeanette Lofus's authority is undeniable. She was a stepchild herself, and today she and her second husband are step-parents to each other's children. Using circles, squares, and connecting lines, she illustrated what makes a step-family so complicated.
I mean, there are 11 on this side, and my son has every one of us is remarried. So everybody's got a stepmother, a bio-mother, a stepfather, a bio-father, and some siblings.
Yes, who is that? Who is that? Your daddy? Which daddy? Huh? What's his name? Bobby.
He still misses his natural father. Doesn't understand why, but he'll be cranky a few days after not seeing him for a while. And I'll say, what's the matter? And we'll draw out of him, I miss my daddy, Gary. And that hurts to me.
How would you feel if Adam came to you and said, I don't want to see my real daddy anymore?
My honest reaction would be great. It would be better for him in the long run. It would be better for me. However, it's really not fair to his own daddy because I'm in the same situation.
But what about if your ex-wife remarried?
It should only happen.
But how would you feel if there were another man taking care of your two daughters?
It would disturb me tremendously. At one point, she had a boyfriend, which was great. I hope she does get married. Make her happy and make probably almost everyone happy. But I saw this boyfriend walking away with my younger daughter hand in hand. And I don't know if I had rage, but I had tremendous feeling.
Whatever problems Paul Volvac and other stepfathers have, they are not the result of the traditional fairy tales. Stepfathers are rarely, if ever, mentioned in folk literature. Stepmothers are another matter. Almost every society in the history of the world has folk tales about the wicked stepmother. Why is